Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. Guys, the one thing that you forever and always got to know about me is I've had the time of my life creating these videos for you about Descendants and Zombies because you guys have obviously felt very passionate about your favorite stars and all these defining moments that have made you fans of Descendants and Zombies. And I just wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to give the Descendants and Zombies fandom something special in return for all the love and support that you've shown every video that I've created. The latest Descendants and Zombies video that I had the honor to create had hundreds of views and people have been liking it non-stop and watching it constantly. Thank you so much for choosing this YouTube channel to have made it your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel of all time. Because no matter who we were, we all had a favorite moment or a favorite character that we took away from Descendants and Zombies as franchises. We've held them close to our heart. We've always believed in them with so much love and support. And that's what's truly undeniable about the Descendants and Zombies fandom is how you guys never quit. The one thing that I very quickly realized about you guys and had so much respect for you because of was how you never quit on your favorite stars. No matter what they were going through, no matter what they had to face in their everyday lives, every single time they opened their eyes every morning, never knowing what they were about to face, you guys never ever quit on them. And you guys have become a stronger fandom than I've ever experienced in my life and had the honor to be around with. The people that I've surrounded myself with since creating these videos are people that I will never ever forget. People are always reaching out all the time telling me they love these videos, they never want this YouTube channel to end. And that's so cool when you guys show so much love and support for the creator of these videos. Because I don't know if I've ever had the honor to experience anything quite like this, or I doubt I ever will again. You guys have truly become something special to me and give me a reason to keep on creating Descendants and Zombies videos because of the love and support that you've always come out with for your favorite stars and your favorite franchises. And I will never forget any of you for what you did for me as the creator of this YouTube channel and for this YouTube channel, because more people are finding out about Jonathan Clarke on YouTube and more people are watching my videos than perhaps ever before. I've been on YouTube for over 25 years and I've talked about everything. I've been a journalist on YouTube for what feels like forever for many of you, and many of you have been subscribed to me for over a decade. And you know what Jonathan Clarke is all about? It's about showing love and support to who and what you love. Because if I couldn't show love and support to who and what you love, then I didn't want to be a part of these conversations. If I was going to say anything about Clarke and Ruby Rose Turner, it was going to have to be something nice. Because I saw the potential in their careers. And I really did believe that somewhere out in that constellation, even though that constellation consists of millions of stars, their stars are about to shine brighter than ever before. And it's all about how much you believe in their stars shining brighter than ever before. Because the one thing that I very quickly realized about you guys and had so much respect for you guys is how you never had this never say die, never quit on your attitude, and you were never going away. And the thing was, you guys have forever been supportive of people like Clarke and Reyes guys. So the way that I perceive this is, as journalists, if we're going to say anything at all, we should at least go out of our way to publish videos with something nice said in them to be heard about your favorite stars. Because you guys see the strength in Clarke and Terrell. You see the power in Malia Baker. You have seen this never say die in you attitude coming from Ruby Rose Turner. And that is truly undeniable. How passionate you guys have felt about this franchise and how you truly came together and created something special should not go without recognition or acknowledgement. And I just wanted to be a part of something special for every fan of Descendants and Zombies to give you more of a reason to believe in this franchise than perhaps ever before. Musically, as actresses, they are a powerful cast. They are one of the best casts that have ever been assembled in at least the last 20 years. And I have never felt more honored to profile each individual career and to say something nice about them. The only hope that I've ever had is that your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars would eventually see at least one of my videos or hear what I had to say about them in a nice way. Because there are far too many critics on YouTube who say something uncalled for, unprofessional, completely out of line about your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars. And I've always believed, maybe it's just me who believes this, or I'm just saying this because this is how I see it. And I've always said it how I felt. And the thing is, there are a lot of people who really don't have a greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies every single time they ever record a video with their thoughts in it about somebody like Freya or Kylie or Malia, who have come such a long way in such a short amount of time. The one thing that is truly undeniable about them is how they stick together like glue. And they've been stuck together as a part of each other's lives for what feels like forever. They are there for each other every step of the way, always calling each other, always meeting up. And I can find time in appreciating that. Because I grew up in a generation when there were flip phones, and the only way that you could get in contact with your friend was by texting them and hoping they were going to show up at the local McDonald's. And the thing was, when they would show up at the local mall or the local McDonald's, you had a greater appreciation for your friendship because you knew they were always going to be there for you. I remember growing up in a generation where you would just have to simply call your friend on a landline and just hope and pray to God they would be there at the local mall when the time came for you guys to meet up. There was no such thing as texting. There was no such thing as an iPhone because I believe the iPhones were first introduced in 2007. I grew up in a generation that was very different from the generation that you guys grew up in and that you remember, because in my generation it was all about who was the top boy band or what was the number one show on TV, and it was a constant battle between Power Rangers and Sailor Moon. That's the generation I grew up in. I grew up in a generation where Disney prided itself on traditional animation based off their most successful franchises, regardless if it was Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast. It was so fun being a part of the generation that I had the chance to be a part of. And now, to have the chance to come into this generation and to be accepted by this powerful niche has been the greatest honor of my life, because I remember growing up watching Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella on VHS when VCRs were first priced at over $1,000. And those were crazy times in my life, let me tell you. But my fondest memories came from being a fan of Cinderella and Alice in Wonderland and having the chance to experience them in their glee during their glory time. Because that's what really defined being a Disney fan. When you could sit down and watch the 67-minute long production of Dumbo, being the shortest Disney movie ever created, and you took away a greater appreciation for how Dumbo was the shortest Disney movie ever created on VHS of over 67 minutes. That's what truly defined you for being a Disney fan. There was no such thing as going to theater and watching a 2-hour presentation of an animated classic such as Frozen or Moana. I have had the honor to experience so many unbelievable times in my life and moments that I will never ever forget. But the greatest moment of my life came in the form of creating videos for fans of Descendants and Zombies, where I could only hope that I was going to give you guys something to believe in. The greatest dream of my life was always to go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest content creators in the history of YouTube. And while that may be a long way away from ever happening for me, I know there is at least one girl out there who believes in these videos enough that she will forever smash that subscribe button. She will forever smash her like button, because she just likes hearing your voice, what you've got to say about Descendants and Zombies, and I'm here to tell you guys there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with supporting your favorite content creators, because what we do with our free time on our phones and our tablets are we watch those content creators create the content and upload it to their channels that we love. And in this case, it happened for me in the form of Descendants and Zombies, and I had the chance to experience the magic of Descendants and Zombies and what lied beneath it more than any other content creator of all time, because you guys very quickly had a greater appreciation for every video that I ever uploaded. I told you funny stories, I told you serious stories, I told you milestones about Descendants and Zombies, and I honored those milestones. Like, for instance, when Kylie Control dropped her Goodie Bag EP back in March of 2024, I honored it because now she's celebrating the 1-year anniversary since its release. And I remember Kylie Control being so proud to drop this EP. It was her first ever EP. She wanted to promote it, and she wanted all of us to be a part of it. And I felt more than honored to have the chance to experience it because I saw something special in Kylie. I thought she was forever fearless, forever strong, and I knew she was never going away, and she wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. So I very quickly got behind Kylie Control. I saw all the criticism. I had read so many critical reviews, and I wanted to be a part of something special that had everything to do with Kylie. So I surrounded myself with Freya Sky fans. I surrounded myself with Ruby Rose Turner fans who were never going to quit on who and what they believed in. And you guys proved to be the strongest fans in the world, the strongest force in the world, that I had a chance to share in all these unforgettable memories with each and every one of you. And given how many fans I've already met, I still have my work cut out for me because I still have millions of fans that I have yet to meet in a very different generation than what I grew up in. Because I remember being a fan of the Backstreet Boys and being a fan of Super Nintendo and being so excited to get your first Super Nintendo when you were 10 years old. That came with a Super Mario World video game cartridge that you couldn't wait to pop in your Super Nintendo and play. And all these classic Disney games like Aladdin and The Jungle Book and Tarzan and The Little Mermaid, which was first released on the original Nintendo back in the 1980s. That was released in 1989. So again, I was a part of a very different generation of Disney that's, prided on something very different over 25 and a half years, close to 30 years later. But to have the chance to be a part of Descendants of Zombies is so fun for me because I get the chance to connect and relate with more fans than ever before. I get to share with you my version of this story and the way I've forever and always believed that it should be told and forever and always remain told. Because each time that you tell this story, the chance to tell it differently is presented to you as the content creator. And the only hope that you ever have is that somebody's going to watch your video and fall in love with it and forever hit your like and subscribe buttons. That's the only hope that I have as the creator of this YouTube channel. But every single time that I upload a video, at least two or three of my videos find their way out into the algorithm, which is pretty much all of you guys. So what it comes down to is how much you hit the subscribe button, how much you hit the like button. It's up to you if this video gets 50,000 likes or 50,000 subscribers. It comes down to you and how you feel about these videos if Jonathan Clarke will ever surpass and beat up Mr. Beast with a 458 million subscribers. Precisely 458.1 million subscribers are needed for me to become the greatest content creator of all time. And who's to say that it's never going to happen for me because of the love and support that I've received from Descendants of Zombies fans. You know, I've always had a dream of either going down in history for being the greatest of all time in terms of a content creator or president of the United States. And a lot of that had to do with how Clarke and Charles' political point of view, more recently over the last 2 years, was taken out of context and misinterpreted. So there was an interesting conversation years ago about what would ever happen if Jonathan Clarke ran for president of the United States. This conversation first began when I was 13 years old, when I was first breaking into my own, coming into my own as a content creator on the radio, when I was streaming content from my parents' basement, or as a YouTube content creator. And I thought that would have been so cool. You know, people were suggesting ideas and theories about what would ever happen if Jonathan Clarke became the president of the United States. Well, one thing that I can tell you would happen for sure is that Clarke and and all your favorite Descendant stars would finally have a president they would finally be proud of. And I would spend forever trying to make it up to Clarke and for how presidents of the past and people who have really, taken her opinions out of context, I would forever try to make it up to Clarke and I don't know if I'd ever find a bouquet of flowers big enough to give to Clarke and but the thing is, these stars have offered so much special to us as fans of Disney and Nickelodeon that they should never ever be forgotten. So the one thing I would do in a position of power such as President of the United States would be to forever honor your favorite stars. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know if I would be able to live without them because they are such an inspiration to so many wonderful people. And I think the more that we emphasize on that in our videos, the better off we're all going to be because we're going to have a greater appreciation for them. They are going to go further than ever before, probably further than many of us ever realize or choose to admit. And I think the quicker we jump on the proverbial fan wagon for them and ride it through off into the sunset, it's going to be beautiful for every fan of Descendants of Zombies and far more beautiful than we ever imagined. This whole experience for me has been so much fun. I never know where my career is headed, what direction I want to take it in, but I do know that it obviously, as always and forever, wanted to have something to do with Descendants of Zombies while I showcase its greater passion. I like to believe I've become a stronger person. I feel very strongly about Descendants of Zombies and how your favorite stars have deserved to be treated better for a very long time. I've been very vocal about that, and I've always wanted to put it out there that if we're going to have these conversations about Descendants of Zombie stars such as Kylie, Freya, Malia, and Ruby, who I miss so much, I got to put it out there, that I miss Ruby Rose Turner for what feels like forever, having been a part of the Descendants franchise because her contributions were very far and in between, and I've always believed her story is anything but having been told and completed. And as long as we hold on to that belief, even though the concept of time travel may have been removed from Descendants, there is still a chance to keep that door more widely open of unpredictability and moments that we will never ever forget for Ruby to reemerge in this franchise in whatever capacity you want to think about or, will admit to. I think that Ruby still has an involvement with this franchise, and she honestly never left. She never left the franchise. She's never left this special place in my heart, and she will forever and always hold the distinction of being my favorite Descendants character of all time. I've loved sharing with you my story about how I became a fan of Descendants of Zombies, which I could only hope will be heard by thousands of people. I've loved being a part of this unbelievable experience as a fan of Descendants of Zombies. My computer sounds like it's going to blow up, so I do apologize for that. I'm constantly creating videos. The fan must have kicked into overdrive. And I spend every night here in this studio recording videos for each and every one of you. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, I thought that was your room. Well, long story short, I turned this room into a studio long after I moved into this house, and I started talking about zombie apocalypses and offering you predictions about Descendants of Zombies' future, and it just stuck with a lot of people. And I think that's the reason why everybody has made this their favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. Thank you guys so much, by the way, for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, because I wouldn't have it any other way. To be honest with you guys, if Aladdin came to me on my balcony tonight and offered me the opportunity to go on a magic carpet ride, I think I'd turn it down over the chance of creating a video for you guys about Descendants of Zombies. I think I would take myself up on the opportunity to probably experience a zombie apocalypse to get the gist of it. Because tomorrow is the release date of Resident Evil 9, and how is one supposed to create videos about zombie apocalypses if he doesn't take himself up on the opportunity to play Resident Evil 9? Long story short, I played every horror survival game that you could ever imagine or ever think of, like Resident Evil, The Last of Us, Days Gone, Dying Light, you name it, I played them. And I've amassed the greatest PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 video game collection of all time. As you see there in the back, there are thousands of video games I've collected over the years. I've offered opinions on them. I've offered opinions on pop culture, movies, and TV shows I may have been a fan of. But the one thing I prided myself on forever and always was creating really cool videos for you guys about Descendants of Zombies and Disney-related content. I've been a part of every generation of Disney. I've had the honor of growing up in the late 1980s, which became the early 1990s and early 2000s. And I've experienced everything. And if I was going to say anything about your favorite stars, your favorite celebrities who you feel very strongly about, who you feel emotionally connected to, just as Kylie Contrell feels emotionally connected to each and every single fan of Descendants of Zombies who have forever supported her, it was going to have to be something nice. I've always wanted Kylie Contrell to know that how people may have felt about her in the way of criticism has never been any reflection on who Kylie Contrell is as a person. And if you are somebody who feels just as strongly about Kylie Contrell as what I do, you are more than welcome to hit that subscribe button, because the more love and support that we can come out for Kylie Contrell with every single time, the better off we're all going to be as fans. That's going to bring us that much closer together, give us a better understanding, and by far a greater appreciation for Descendants of Zombies and all things that come with being a fan of it. That's all I've ever wanted to be a part of. That's been my greatest dream, and the only hope that I've ever had is that this YouTube channel will go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. You know, in every video that I ever upload, I never know how many views or how many subscribers I'm going to get. But even if it's just one subscriber that I get from every video that I ever upload, that shows a greater appreciation on the other side of the spectrum from you as the fan for these videos, because you show your love and support for these videos all the time. You've made me a stronger person. You've made me feel very confident about the futures of Descendants of Zombies and shown me so much incentive to keep on creating wonderful videos for you guys. I have dedicated the rest of my life to uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies for those of you who may not know this, but for every single person who has ever subscribed here, you guys know that I feel very passionate about sharing my story with you about how I became a fan of Descendants of Zombies, and the only hope I've ever had is that somebody was going to subscribe here. From the very first video I ever uploaded here, I dedicated the rest of my life to uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies, and to be honest with you guys, I've had no regrets and I haven't looked back since. And I've had the time of my life. I just wanted to go down in history for either being the greatest content creator of all time, or I'd take a hero over that, because I think that when you can touch the heart of every fan of Descendants of Zombies and win over the hearts of every fan of this franchise, you've truly got something special to be appreciative of and to always keep coming back with great videos for, because you know that person who may have hit your like button before will hit your like button again and again and again, if you can see the pattern. They will forever and always love your videos. They will forever and always come out with so much undeniable love and support for how you feel about their favorite stars, because they feel the same way. And they felt connected to your YouTube channel in a way that they never felt connected to any other content creator who involves he or she's content around Descendants of Zombies. I will forever be appreciative of every single fan who has ever hit my subscribe button, who may have ever found my YouTube channel. For whatever your reason is for having found my channel, it has been such an honor and been so much fun for me to come to you in these videos and connect with you on, such a cool way as we share our stories about how we became fans of Descendants of Zombies in a way that I will never ever forget, because this has been a profound honor for me and one that I will never ever forget. I have had the chance to connect with and meet more fans than I ever imagined possible who have made this their favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and I will never be able to show you guys how much appreciation I have for you. Just know that you will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart. So as we turn our attention and our focus to Descendants 5 Book Wonderland and the upcoming release of Zombies 5, that should give us more of a reason to be more excited about this future. And I am more than honored, and I am so excited to be a part of that future with each and every one of you, because we all have something special to offer as fans to this franchise and something special to take away from it. And I would love for you guys to come along with me on this incredible journey, because the way that I see it is, this journey is far from over, and we still have a long way to go. And I couldn't feel more than honored to have been a part of this with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for forever and always having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. And thank you so much from my heart to yours as the sun is officially set behind me this evening on this beautiful, gorgeous night on this island. Thank you so much for having watched this video, because this story is far from over. It gives us more of a reason to believe in Descendants of Zombies than perhaps we ever have, and gives us more of a reason to be excited about this unforeseeable future, which we never seem to know what's coming next in, but we're all going to have the chance to be a part of history and be a part of the future, which I couldn't be more honored to create videos in and to be a part of with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and thank you so much for having watched this video.